Hey guys, it's Whitney again. So today I just wanted to do a video and experiment with something new that I got. I actually got the JUNO CO Microfiber Velvet Sponge, which I know a lot of people did videos on this like a few months ago. I'm really slow on the uptake and I'm brand new to YouTube, so I just wanted to try this out. I actually saw this on Instagram and they were like, hey, we'll send you a free one if you want to try it out. And I was like, yeah, I want to try it out. So they sent me a free one. So we're going to try this out and see how we like it. And if it ends up being awesome, I'll hopefully try and have some kind of link in the description box so you can pick one up yourself if you like it. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this bad boy up. So it's really firm, like really, really firm. Like it doesn't, I don't know. Hopefully it gets softer when you wet it. So I'm going to wet it and go from there. So I went ahead and wet the sponge. It made it a little bit softer, a little bit bigger. So I'm liking that. So what it says about the sponge, it is a microfiber velvet sponge. If you're looking for a more natural airbrush foundation finish, the JUNO Microfiber Velvet Sponge is your go-to. Made with velvet soft microfiber bristles and a slanted edge for controlled stippling, the JUNO Microfiber Velvet Sponge provides buildable coverage fast. So it's basically just made out of antimicrobial microfiber made in China, developed in California. So that's typical with most products, I feel like. So we'll just go ahead and jump into this. So I have the Urban Decay Primer Potion on my eyes, and then I have the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership Sublime Bronze Temptation palette on, which I think is just gorgeous. There's like two duochrome shades in there. They're just like, aww. That is on the eyes right now, and then I put on a little bit of the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. So I have that on. Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, of course. But that is all that I've got on, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump into my foundation. What I'm going to be using for foundation today is a little cocktail of foundations, actually. So I have my Lancome Tien Idol Ultra, I think is how you say it. I'm terrible with French, so pardon me. So I have this one in the shade 230, I mean, which is too dark for me. It's like my summer shade, and even in the summer it's still a little bit too dark unless I'm actually tanning, like physically tanning. So it's a little bit dark. And then I have the shade Cloud in the Born This Way foundation from Too Faced. So this one is way too light. So when I combine these two, it ends up being a pretty good color. It gives me a pretty natural kind of dewy finish. So I really like that for these winter months lately. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a pump of this, a pump of that, and then we'll mix them together with the sponge and we'll just go to blotting. So supposedly the sponge is supposed to save your product, like it's not supposed to absorb as much product as a regular beauty blender or a foundation brush or something like that of that nature. So we'll just see. I'm not too much of a beauty blender girl to begin with though, so I don't really know how this is gonna go. Like, I just feel like this is so wet. Like even though I squeezed out everything, it just feels wet to me, and I'm like, I just don't know how I feel about that. But that's typical with beauty blenders. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. Maybe you guys should let me know. Like, because I'm not a beauty blender person, so I just don't really know how I'm going to like this. But so far, so good. So far, the coverage is really nice. It's not streaky. It's going on really great. And it's actually not absorbing the product. It's just sitting on top of it. So I like that so far. So I feel like I've got a little bit more coverage on one side than the other, so I'm going to add a little bit more on this side and see how we like it. So yesterday while I was out, I dropped by Hot Topic, which is like one of my favorite stores because they have stuff in there like, it's really random. Like when they have something that's really cool, they'll have it like there for like maybe a week, and then once it's gone, it's gone. So if you ever find anything cool in Hot Topic, grab it. That's why I love Hot Topic, because they have like such original stuff in there like that will literally be sold nowhere else, and then once it's gone, it's literally gone. There's no more of it. So I recently went in Hot Topic and I grabbed my little Pooh Bear. My Pooh Bear over here. Isn't he cute? which I'm Whitney Pooh, so I thought that was appropriate. Now I'm just going to go in with my Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer in the shade Fair Neutral. So I'm just going to go in with that and then blend everything out with the JUNO sponge again. Okay, I'm just going to use the flat side of this time just to get up around the under eye. Alright, so we've got our concealer on. Now I'm just going to go ahead and set everything real quick with the Becca Hydra Mist Setting Powder. Okay, so we've got all that on, and now I'm going to jump back into the Pat McGrath palette and just kind of finish off my eye look a little bit more. Just pop a little bit of this shade right here into the corner again. Brighten everything up a bit. Okay, so we've got the rest of our eye makeup done. Now let's just go ahead and jump into the face. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, and then I'll be right back with you guys, okay? Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I used, of course, the Pat McGrath Sublime palette, the Mothership Sublime palette, and I want to show you guys what I used on my eyes. So I used this shade right here, this kind of duochrome shade all over the lid, with this one as my transition shade, just from crease to brow bone. And then I popped just a little bit of this kind of duochrome shade just right in the middle, just to kind of create a little bit of a halo eye, just because since they're both like duochrome, they just kind of shift into one duochrome shade, and it just creates like, it looks like 5 different shades on my lid. I think it's really cool looking. And then I just took this really light shade right here and popped that right in the inner corner, which these do have shade names. It came with a little plastic thing that had all the shade names on it and just laid on top. Of course, I lost that, so I don't know what the shade names are anymore. I don't know why they would design something like that, like to where you literally lose it and then you don't know what the shade names are. That's disgusting packaging to me, especially since I paid $55 for this. That's a little disappointing. I feel like they could have figured out a way to incorporate the shade names in there without that stupid plastic thing. So that's disappointing. But anyways, that is what I have on my eyes. And then of course, I have the Roller Lash Mascara, which I told you guys about. And I set everything with the Becca Hydra Mist Setting Powder. You guys know that. Then I went in with my Benefit Ka-Brow in the shade number 4. So I have that on, and then I set that with my Anastasia Brow Gel. Just set that in place, and then I went in with my Ciate London Bamboo Bronzer. Just bronzed everything up a bit, and I used again, if I can find it. How do I keep losing shit? So I used again the Buxom Wanderlust blush in the shade Dolly. I'm really loving this. So I'm just putting it to the test to see like just how it's wearing. So far I'm really loving it. But I have that on my cheeks, and then I did a little bit of liquid lipstick. This is Gingerbread Girl from Too Faced. It was just a limited edition shade that they had during Christmas, which I absolutely love. So I'm really glad that I picked that one up. And then I have on 2 different highlighters because I'm extra AF. So I have on the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter, and then I put on the Fenty Diamond Bomb, How Many Carats, all over the top of that. So I have both of those highlights on. And then of course, we all know my staple, the Benefit Highbrow Glow. So I have that on, and then I set everything with my Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. So that is what I have on my face. And then for lashes, I have on the Huda Beauty lashes in the style Scarlet, if you can read that. So yeah, so that is what I have on my face. This is the finished look. So let me zoom you guys back out. Alright, so that is the finished look using the JUNO CO Sponge, microfiber sponge, which so far is, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't know. I'm not really a sponge girl to begin with, so this is kind of new for me. But I like that it got really soft when I wet it. Like, it was really firm, and I was really concerned about that at first. It's definitely not as soft as a beauty blender, even wet, like this is dry and this is still softer than this is. But I like the texture of this, the microfiber on it, like that is really soft. This is just not as bouncy as this, which I guess it's kind of Beauty Blender's thing, like bounce it out. That's kind of like their trademark. So I don't guess they could have went that route with this one. This one's just kind of a microfiber sponge. But I like that it didn't absorb the product. You can actually tell that it didn't absorb the product. It just sat on top, and then whatever didn't get absorbed on top just went on my face. So that is absolutely great. I love it. I love that it has this little angle right here so you can get up in between your eyes or right under your eyes. I mean, so I really like that, and you can use it for baking and like contouring and things like that too. So, and it's got this little flat side, which not really sure what the flat side is for. Maybe just to set on your vanity, I guess. I'm not really sure, but so far I'm on the fence about this. I'm gonna try it out a few more times, but it gets like a B- so far. Like it's pretty good. It worked pretty well. It worked better than a lot of generic beauty blenders that I've used. It's definitely not beauty blender quality, but it is pretty good. So I'll give it a B- for now. I'll try it out again maybe in a few days. Maybe I'll do when I get in my Morphe foundation, the other one, the other shade, and I do another wear test with it. Maybe I'll try it with the microfiber sponge, and we'll see how that all works together and just do like an all-in-one video. So I'll just go ahead and wrap up this video, you guys. So thanks for joining me today with the JUNO CO microfiber sponge. I really appreciate the watch. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a like. I totally appreciate those. If you really liked my vibe and want to see more of me, go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate those even more. So hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of me, and I'll be seeing a lot more of you in the future. All right? I love you guys. Peace out.